Welcome, guys, to tonight's Sunday night Mindset Map Out the Week Outlook call. I went ahead and did a recording for you guys this Sunday. You guys are more than welcome to watch us live on Sundays. If you guys do make the time for the call on Sunday, I hope that you guys have been enjoying the last episodes and just all the calls leading up to this call. I appreciate those people that actually hit their follow button and want to see the notifications from our channel. That means a lot to us as we are, moving forward in our journey of further expanding the education to other people about, the laws of the universe, the laws of energy, and also monetary policies and monetary balance sheets that are, very, very crucial in somebody's life. And a lot of the times people tend to push these things away. One, because, they don't want to feel bad, or they don't want to have that feeling of like, oh my God, I feel like, people are going to laugh at me. I really don't want to talk about that. Those are things that I'm sharing with you guys that I'm being very transparent on, because those are things that I had a hard time with, because I didn't want to talk about my bank account. I didn't want to talk about a trading account being at $10 or $15 or $100. I wanted to talk about trading accounts being where I saw myself having them at. So when these goals weren't happening, that started to, started to diminish my energy, in a sense. And that, I'm sure, is the case for a lot of people out there learning how to trade or learning something new. And sometimes we're challenged by our own insecurities, by our own fears, or we're driven by our faith. I remember just really being at my lowest low and really looking at myself and saying, you know what? Why am I even doing this? Why am I doing this call? Like, why am I even, like trying to trade and not getting a job? Because a lot of people, in my family, since I'm Hispanic, they looked at me as like I'm trying to be lazy at home, just not doing anything. But believe me, guys, when you guys are working with the law of attraction, which is what I'm gonna be talking about today, the secret to life, as you guys, may have heard somewhere. If you guys have ever watched The Secret, that's a great movie to watch. If you guys are on our team, I would encourage every single one of you guys to watch that movie. We did post it in the Telegram group. That's a phenomenal movie to take notes from and just to play in the background, because you want to always be fine tuning your life to be able to attract the things that you want in your life. Um, so going back to my the story I was sharing with you guys, I was at my lowest low in California, and I realized that I had to dig deep and really ask myself these questions that were, you know, honestly kind of hard to ask because of where it is that we were with a baby on the line. So those are things that, I never was naive about, but at the same time I didn't make that a priority. And that's what the purpose of this call is tonight, to help you diminish some of those doubts that you may have by putting them point blank. Because a lot of the times the best revelation is right in front of you. It's really right in front of you. You already have what it is that you need in your life to further move your mission or whatever it is that you want to do in your life. A lot of the times what's keeping you from doing that is your friends or your family members or coworkers. The law of association, we talked about this last week. Now going into the law of attraction, the secret for me was to trace the secret by tracing my history. So I needed to trace my history and where all this was coming from, because I didn't really know where, it came from, that I was in the streets of LA, other than making a decision that, I thought was good for my life. But at the same time, I listened to my mind so that I can stretch it. A lot of the times what's happening with people is you listen to your mind, but then you get negative in your mind. So you're always convincing yourself and then unconvincing yourself, convincing yourself and then unconvincing yourself. Those are things that can be very detrimental to your life, because you're creating a dream, right? Essentially, everything's a dream. You're either living somebody else's dream because you go to work and collect a paycheck, and that's just the truth, or you're creating your own vision, your own dream. So trace your secret by tracing your history. The secret was suppressed by the wealthy. Okay, so many wealthy people are not going to tell you about their secret being this. They're going to tell you that you got to go get a job and go to work, because they want you to work for them. That's just the way it is. This call's not for me to get you to work for me. I'm already working for myself. I do very well in the markets, and I also bring on other people that, are open to doing something like this. Not these calls, but what we have as far as our literacy for income, and for furthering extending your story and getting paid for those things, and selling books too. Because I do write books for a living as well, to teach people these basic principles, that are overseen, that they're not really brought out into your life because college tends to diminish some of those things. And I have personal stories, from students and just people that came in and left. And also I have the story from my beautiful wife that she says in her heart as well that school didn't really do anything for her as far as like the application of these principles being in her life. They taught her how to like, retrieve information, which is to work for somebody, but they never really taught her how to bring out these secrets and these truths. And I'll let her, elaborate on that topic for herself. But for now, as I was sharing this, the secret is suppressed by the wealthy. What kind of house do you want to live in? My mentors always encourage me to, to live above my needs and above my wants, to always stretch for bigger and better things. So those are things that are going to create miracles to happen every day. So for me and my wife, we saw miracles in our lowest low. Like, you have no idea. Every single day we lived a miracle. Every single day we lived a miracle. And I'm not saying that just to say that about my life. I'm saying that to encourage you to also believe in the law of attraction. Okay? Because as we start thinking about this, we all work with one power. Okay? And that's these universal laws. Whether you like them, whether you're aware of them, whether you're not, it's still that way. That's the way it is. That's the way the laws of the universe work. It's like if I drop this rock on the floor, it's going to go straight to the floor every single time because I'm working with the laws of gravity, right? So those are things that, also are to keep in mind. Don't just, start thinking negative, because at the end of the day, this calls for me, because I said I was going to be on these calls on Sundays to give them to my son. So if nobody watches them, I'm still a success because I did what I said I was going to do. And that's something that I encourage every single one of you guys to do. So if you guys are, watching these calls, keep watching them, continue watching them, whether it's on the replay, whether it's live, to join us on a live Sunday call. And this is not to take your money, but this is to help you make more money. I do know that people out there feel like they get their money taken away from people like us. They call us scammers, so called. I called myself that because I realized that I was calling other people that before I got into this industry. So don't call people a scammer, because then you'll end up being scammed anyways because you don't know something. That's what a scam is. You're confused about something, right? I like to call it, you're still confused about money, or you're still chilling at mom's, things of that nature. I won't elaborate on that too much because we're talking about being positive, okay? We're talking about attracting what we want, not what we don't want, okay? So those are things to keep in mind as well, okay? So we are all working with one infinite power. The secret is the law of attraction. Okay, that's the secret. At least it has been for my life and a lot of the people that I quote on my social media pages. If you guys have gotten a chance to look at those, those are mentors that I quote that have quoted this law. And a lot of people are like, yeah, sure. Well, if this is true, why are you still not like your mentors? Because it takes a little longer than you think. Like, just like you are still probably not earning more than $60,000 a year, because the average family in America doesn't earn $60,000 a year. Um, this is a fact. 1% earn 96% of the money. So that means they leave the bottom people with 4% of the money. So there's no money at the bottom. The bottom's too crowded. I suggest that you guys start writing these things down, because they say note takers are money makers. Two, because you can retain this information and be able to emulate it and do it yourself. That's what a lot of people have done, like Omar and Joel, CJ. There's other people. Obviously, I'm not going to keep naming people. This is just something that I like to do, because those people are people that stay loyal and they stay faithful to this organization, to this movement. They don't judge. They don't look at things from the outside inward. They look at things from how something is supposed to look when it starts. Because when something starts, it's only a matter of time before it takes off. It's not the fact that I'm doing something, it's the fact that other people are also believing in this law of attraction coming into full fruition for every single person that's in this mission. Okay? Think of yourself as a magnet. So you either magnetize things, magnify things into your life, or you repel things out of your life. Okay? Thoughts attract things. Okay? Thoughts attract other thoughts, right? Thoughts create feelings. What we become what we most think about. Okay? You also attract what you think about most. Okay? So we become what we most think about. and we also attract what we think about most. We can measure our thoughts by our results. Okay. We can measure our thoughts by our results, not by the way you look at my results, by the way I look at my results, because I'm the one that likes me. You may not like me, and I don't need you to like me. All I know is that I like me, and that's what I do care about. I like me not in a conceited way, like one of my mentors said, but I do want to kiss myself all the time. I love myself. I love me a cup of me every morning. I love that. But a lot of people don't like themselves. That's why they try to go to other people. They try to feel good over here. They try to go to college. They don't even know why they're going to college. Then they pick up illnesses for no reason because they're being indecisive in their brain. And they're like, no, it's because COVID's around. Well, yeah, if you were to know that me and my wife were in our lowest low and we didn't contract COVID and we had a newborn, I'm pretty sure you're just thinking negative, or you're around negative people, indecisive people, because indecision creates disease. Write that down, because a lot of people don't like to write stuff down. Replay this video, write the stuff down. I promise you, it'll make you more than not. Okay, so think of yourself as a magnet. Thoughts attract thoughts. You become what you think about most. We can measure thought. See yourself living in abundance, okay? See yourself already being in that house. It doesn't matter if people think you're crazy. And I'm serious about this, guys, because a lot of people don't want to do this. Me and my wife were just actually talking about this. We were literally in our lowest low in LA, and we're like just literally thinking about how everywhere we went, we found $5 on the ground, or we found something on the ground. And a lot of people were like, "Oh, we're chasing money." I post on my post because I want to inform you guys that you shouldn't be chasing money. You should be chasing your dreams. You should be chasing your purpose, because your purpose will always bring money out of it. It just takes time. It looks messy. Kind of like when you plant something onto the ground. You're a seed planted on this earth, right? That's what you are. That's what me and you are. We're nothing more than a seed planted on this earth. So we need to water it every morning. You can't let people pee on your brain by just giving you a dumb idea, which is why people sometimes don't want to be on these calls. They don't want to listen to personal development. They're like, personal development. And not for like 5 year olds, bro, you're at a 5 year old level from what it sounds like if you say those things. Because are you serious right now? You try to do a video and not sound stupid and just judge people, right? You try to do a video and study this hard and do work on yourself, because it doesn't sound like, you like yourself if you're saying those things, right? Because you got to say, I love myself, I love me. That's how you accept others, and that's how you don't get scammed, because you know what is up. Like today I had a call with a wonderful individual from India, and he had questions like I was hoping he had, and I was hoping Americans had. But I'm just thinking about how hardworking people are in other countries and not America. And this is something that my mentor also encouraged me to notice. So he always said, Isaiah, build a team in India, build a team outside of the US, because people in the US are flat out lazy. This is why I'm sharing this call with you guys, because you guys want to keep with the trends, but the trends don't even care. You start your trend, you control your economy, you build your legacy. And that's just the way it's always been since the ancient Babylonians, as we read in some of these books that are great to read, like the good book. I'm not gonna, label books out there because I don't want to, offend people's religions, because I know that, it's about bringing everybody together, and that's what Christ stood for. And that's what I stand for. So those are just things that I respect. People that, are Buddhist. I respect people that are Islamic. Why? Because you believe in faith. And if you have faith, you'll see things come to pass in this. That's how you attract better things into your life. Um, okay, so see yourself living in abundance. The law of attraction is really obedient to your thought. So whatever you think, it comes to pass. That's really how it works. If you don't believe that, then you need to be on these calls. That's why these calls are for you. They're free on YouTube. And a lot of people don't want to make 30 minutes aside every Sunday to listen to these calls, to be on a better stretch for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Because the week does wear you down if you work a job. You work with people that fap for a living, right? They go to work and then they fap. If you guys don't know what the word fapping is they masturbate all over the place. So they think about, these negative thoughts, these negative frequencies, and they go lusting all over the place. Whether it's a guy or girl, there's a study and there's an article that I will post to start the year to call those people out, because they're faster paced, they work faster, they have a shorter attention span, they don't want to listen or read. It's you guys should see what it does to the mind. It's just crazy. Because instead of you doing that, you can start envisioning your car, your house, your wife, what you want your life to look like when you're 40, 50 years old, man. Start using your brain, because at the end of the day, you're going to be like a parasite in your head. That's what a parasite is, a dead brain, right? You have the disease. That's why people are getting COVID, because people are stupid. And I'm sorry to say that, but it's the truth. I'm not really sorry. I'm sorry that I offended your level of emotional IQ, because I think people in America need to be a little bit more emotionally IQ intelligent, if that's even a word. Because people here in America, they care so much about facts, right? Like my mentor used to always say, and I saw this firsthand. So I'm just letting people know that whoever's watching this video, and if you have people like that in your life, call them out, man. Don't just let them talk to you like that. Remember my mentor, and I share this story because stories move the world, right? Um, he had a girl he had a girl tell him that he misspelled something on the whiteboard. I must have heard the best answer in the world. He said, "Bro, do you think your spelling brings you money? Money doesn't come from spelling. Money comes from your level of thinking and your level of speech. If I don't know how to spell something, that's because I think all day and I read all day, right? And I work all day, right? I trade in the foreign exchange market and I do pretty well. Obviously, we have different goals for different people, and that's what takes the time, finding the right size, or the right lot size for the accounts that are coming in. Because everybody can start with $10, but do you have that mentor that can tailor and fine tune your tools to that $10 account? 'Cause that's what a lot of people aren't doing. They want to start with $50. It doesn't mean you're going to make no money. You'll be sitting on your money. I don't want you to be sitting on your money. I want you to be collecting your money every night. Okay. So the law of attraction is forever in action. Creation is always unfolding in front of you. It's always unfolding in front of you. Whatever you say and focus, you attract. Whatever you say and you focus on, you attract. Okay. So this will happen in 6 to 8 weeks. You'll start seeing a change in 6 to 8 weeks if you start doing this from today, every single day for the next 90 days. You'll start seeing a result 6 to 8 weeks. Now, you may see it sooner because I'm not in charge of these laws. I don't know what you've been through or where you've been. But what I do know is that these laws have worked in my life. And that's just a fair estimate on what it did for me. Just looking back, like I said earlier, tracing my history to understand this secret for my life. Because, yeah, the secret is been out since 2006, right? In mainstream media. But that doesn't mean you understand it in your life. And that's why these calls are here, so that you can talk to people like myself that, have experienced the secret. And it doesn't come in monetary wealth right away. It starts coming in whatever it is that you're looking for, right? I was looking for peace of mind. I was looking for a shift in my emotional intelligence. I was looking for a shift in my finances, which is what brought me to Forex and global digital currencies. So I can trade whatever currency, whatever commodity I want with the type of account that I have. I don't have a typical mainstream account. I don't have a Robinhood account. I don't just trade on Coinbase. I just use those as forms of exchange into my bank. Okay. So everything around you, you have attracted into your life. Whether you like it or not, it's in your life because you attracted it. Your thoughts cause your feelings. Okay. Feelings are how we attract things. So I usually say stay mad for about 2 minutes. 2 minutes and let it go. Because if you don't get even mad about what you're mad about, then you suppress that feeling and then it bottles up. And then when you try to be creative, you're not going to have that creative imagination or that state of mind. You're not going to have that clear free flow of thoughts and energy going from you and to you. That's the weirdest thing to say to people, from and to and through. Okay. Because it's to you, from you. From where? The higher power. We're working with the higher power always, okay? And through you for others. And that's how you continue getting more energy, because you don't get more energy if you don't release energy. Okay? You have to release the right energy with people that are going to see what you're doing. If you're around people that don't see what you're doing, you got to find a different way of attraction, right? You got to find a different way of speaking, or looking for people online, or looking for, just a different level of speech, so that you can bring different things into your life, so you can bring a different light into your life, right? Because if your light is dimmed, you need somebody that has a higher light, right? Which is why I always look for partners that are better than me, so that I can continue learning this skill set and continue getting better and better and better. And I'm also looking for people that are equal to me that are looking to start something like this, but don't exactly know how. I'm also looking for those people to help you guys out so that you guys don't get, misled with information, because you can get misled with information. There's this thing called an overload of information, which is why I have these calls so that you don't get overloaded with information and you just say, "Oh, my mentor, he gave me all this stuff to study." It's like, yeah, but you also need your mentor to break it down for you because everybody has a different psychology, a different lifestyle. And this is why a lot of these things don't help people because they're applying it in their own crappy way. They have bad thoughts. They have bad habits. They'd rather go to the bars on the weekends than study their bars if they're lawyers or professors, on the weekends, right? That's what they'd rather do. And you're listening to somebody like that, okay? Not me, but other people. When you go pay $80,000 for university, I heard one of my mentors once, and I'll start wrapping it up with this, and then I'll get into the second part next Sunday. So join us live next Sunday. I will continue this next Sunday. I will leave it off at your thoughts cause your feelings, and then we'll get into our night because I do want to get into my currencies tonight. But going back to the story, I had a mentor of mine at LA Fitness just share with me all the time that the law of feeling was how I was going to attract everything to my life, how I needed to vent certain things to certain people because I needed to let it go. So that's why I love these platforms, because these platforms are a great way to not, for me, it's not venting anymore. For me, it's actually rave talking. Okay. So I'm sharing this information with you. Why? Because a lot of people in your life will tell you this won't work. What I'm here to tell you is that it will if you stick to it. If you stick to this information, you will see what you want to see out of this. Maybe in 7 years, like it took me 7, 8 years, because I've been doing this for about, I want to say 8 years now, because I met her at 22. And I was on and off for the first 4 years of my life. And then at 27, I just kicked it up a notch. And that's when it started speeding up for me. I started running into this information. And when I ran into this information, I realized that I had to rewire my brain to work online, to find different people, to grow a community like we are, working on in India and just in England and different places, because a friend of a friend is a reference point. And that's how these things work. You have to build trust online. You have to build trust through these videos. Like, I get told by these people that are, randomly coming in from different parts of the world, like, people from India, people from Mexico, people from Canada, and that's just because it takes time to build a relationship. A lot of people have been burnt over, and most people don't know how to create a bridge over to the person, because you have to build common ground. That if you're a sales guru or if you're a marketer, that you have to build common ground. But then why are you still sending people, "Hey, would you like to join my business call?" instead of, "Hey, how's your day? Hey, what are you up to? How can I help you? Is there anything that I can share with you that will help you?" Be informative, be of people if you want more people to join your business. Now, if you don't, then you probably shouldn't have watched this video to the end. And I know you're not that person. I know you're the person that is going to honor this information, keep it in your heart, and feel the right way. Okay. That's what I want you to take out of this call. Feel the right way, replay what we have shared for you here today, with your life, with your loved ones. Why? Because that's the only way to fix your life from where it is and where you want it to be. Because every single person can live a magical, magical, magical life if they allow themselves the right paradigms. So I want to thank you guys for watching this video today on Sunday. And I want you guys to work on a few things. Ask, okay? Ask, believe, okay? Step 1, ask. Step 2, believe. Step 3, willingly receive. Feel what you would feel later, now. So whatever you pictured, whether you want a house, whether you want to start with a cup of coffee every day, picture that and feel that right now, that it's going to happen for you tomorrow morning when you go on your Monday commute to go work your job. Picture that cup of coffee and you'll see how it'll start happening, and you'll start seeing people buying you coffee. You'll start seeing free coffee. You'll start seeing whatever it is that you pictured in your mind start happening. Obviously, there are things that are going to take a little longer than most, but start with something simple. That way you can start believing, because this is all about your belief and your faith. If you can believe as it was once, quoted, and I'm going to quote it now, like a grain of mustard seed, you shall be able to move a mountain. Whatever the size of that mountain is, you'll be able to move it with the grain of mustard seed type of faith. Okay. And we're going to get into this second part of the secret next week on next Sunday's call. And we're going to elaborate more on asking, believing, and receiving. So that's what the topic for next week's call is going to be on. And I want to just thank every single person that's been watching these videos up until this point. Thank you guys for your support. Thank you guys for your motivation. I am continuing to get better and better and better at breaking time off and not making it so long so that people can watch this video in clips and pieces, because at the end of the day, whether you listen to the first part, the middle part, or the last part, and you repeat that in your life, you'll have different results. Obviously, like you guys heard me say earlier, you're not going to get my life, you're going to get your life. That's the beautiful thing about this. When you follow these principles, you will get what you want. That's the beauty about this. I'm not fighting anybody, because they say that in competition, there's the devil. There's your old self trying to come in and help you fall short. Okay, so never compete against people, because competing against people will always help you fall short. Compete against yourself. How can I get better on these calls? How can I share this information better? How can I be on this call and be of most value to other people, to where they feel like they got the most of their time? Because I know that time is one of the most valuable commodities. And I always say it on my calls, I'm not ever trying to take your time without giving you more value than the time that you gave me. So I appreciate you guys for watching Mindset U. Follow us on our Instagram channels, on our Facebook channel, and on our Snapchat channel. We're going to go ahead and put this information on our YouTube link when we go send this information over to our groups. We would appreciate a like, a follow, and a share if this information resonated with you. And if you are listening to this for the first time, reach out to us. I would love to get to know you. I would love to get to know where you're from. And I would love to set up a one-on-one meeting so that we can talk a little bit more about your life and how it is that you would like to see your life being in 2021. Because things are only speeding up, guys, and things are only getting cut from people that are in the lower classes, as I was sharing with you guys on this video. And I always have shared on my videos here on Facebook and YouTube and Instagram and whatever platforms there are out there to promote. I do appreciate every single one of you guys. Thank you guys for watching this video. If you guys are open and have it in your hearts to donate to our organization, we would appreciate that. Get with my wife. She's actually the money person for our business. So get with her on how it is that you can contribute to keep the lights on, so we can continue sharing this type of information with people in places like India, like Africa, places where there is not this kind of information that Americans have. And sometimes Americans have different goals, different, set of rules. And I understand that. But I do know that if you can't hit a share button, you're being lazy. You're too skeptical. Because what is a share button going to do to somebody else? It might change their life. Just because you don't see it happening for you, don't cut your faith for somebody else because you got scammed. You probably got scammed because you didn't ask for enough details on what it is that you were taking part of. And that's honestly the truth. So thank you guys for your time tonight. I appreciate you guys very, very much. You guys know where to donate. Message my wife. We will tag the links so that you can message us directly and, send us your contribution. We are looking to continue doing this donation-based business until, the Lord has us here on this planet, because we do understand that this information is gold. And with this information, we've been able to create our paradigm the way it is. And we've been able to continue growing in what we are doing right now in this moment in time. So we appreciate you guys very, very much for watching this video. Thank you guys. My name again is Isaiah. For the people that don't know me, reach out to me again. The social media pages will be tagged on this video. Thank you guys for your time. Appreciate it. Happy Sunday. Happy Monday in India, guys. Love you guys.